unfortunately. I very nearly did something similar with the Dragon Lord. Oh, and it looks like we're ready to go here. Starting off here, we have some gold, a fighter's ring, and the key. Radiant Repel, no return, sadly.
But they can see the dark now because they have Radiant in their arsenal, so basic cave exploration is open already.
Yes, that's right. And we see Brecconary is Brecconary. And let's see, no hand axe. Actually, not a whole heck of a lot available in Brecconary. May want to just grab the bamboo pole and close, just because why not? That bamboo pole, do not underestimate the bamboo pole starting off in some difficult seeds. Sometimes being able to consistently do 1 damage to enemies is the difference between tough but doable and there's no way you're getting out of level 1 in a seed. I have certainly been there.
Yeah, don't underestimate the pole unless you run into a magician that's about to crit you to death.
Yes, but Highspirits does reach level 2 and gets, I think that was 36 HP I saw?
I believe so, because I saw the stats, but they were going so quick.
Yes, it looks like, yep, 36, or I guess 32 if you're on whatever brisulph is on here. Wonder if... I don't know what L is, quite frankly, for the names.
Yeah, same here, but I only noticed it's just the little D is easy HP strength for sure. It's just, I don't know the other builds, to be honest.
Right, I also don't know, honestly. So we see... Oh, Magidrake's with Birdmore. Okay, so getting some help from chat here, according to Link Force, brisulph is using Strength Agility. And Angry is Agility MP, which is very interesting. And then CD is also Strength HP.
I'm kind of curious on AngryLarry's on his Agility MP build. That's gonna get me kind of curious what he's gonna do with it.
Yeah, I can't say that's one we see very often in the randomizer. Meanwhile, Highspirits has explored Erdrick's Cave, which is... or the Tablet Cave, which is the vanilla tablet cave. Missed, unfortunately, what he actually got in the chest, and there's Garenham, and it is Hawksness. See, I told you things could be swapped. I wasn't lying.
Well, you ain't wrong, because some of the locations could be vanilla. Unless you get super lucky that maybe, say, coal might be, like, the next time you randomize it.
That's right. You see 0 agility. I love it on AngryLarry's side there with that level up.
Well, you live up to your name, MTI, King of the Empty Stats.
Yes, indeed. And meanwhile, level 4, 0 HP. I love it.
What is this seed? I swear. Oof. And AngryLarry says, "Nope, I am dying to a wizard."
Yeah, that wizard hit him pretty hard. Those wizards can hit hard. They are, of course, endgame enemies, so that does make sense. Nonetheless.
And I believe there was no spike tiles in Swamp for this version, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's there once, but you can't go back to it over and over and grind. Where there's not a spike tile is just before the Dragon Lord, because that is in the vanilla game, that's the Cantlin spike tile, which here is just in front of vanilla Cantlin. And again, you can only fight that one once as well.
The things we do to just get a better randomizer in the later versions, huh?
Yes, indeed. Now, the Hawksnest tile you can still fight over and over. So, almost kind of by default, that will probably wind up being where our racers end up going to grind.
I'm just wondering what could be guarding that tile anyway.
Yeah, so far only Highspirits has gotten 2 Hawk's Nests, which is in the Garenham location, and he got Rogue Scorpion before finding out what the boss even was, so... Highspirits has purchased a Dragon Scale and equipped it. Speak of the devil, here comes AngryLarry. He's gonna try to take a look there. And the Rogue Scorpion is gonna say no.
Yep. Adios, AngryLarry. Back to the king you go.
Looks like, whatever is guarding that spike tile, that Rogue Scorpion is in turn guarding the Guardian.
Sounds like Dragonlord hired someone good for once.
Drolls with Dragonlord Breath. That's one of the, you've probably seen by now, some of the many things that are randomized in the randomizer are enemy abilities. So, as you saw, Drolls or even Slimes or Red Slimes can have Dragonlord Breath. They can have Sleep. That Magic Drakey there just cast Hurt more. Enemies can do that.
Oh, by the way, Highspirits actually found Ribaldar.
Very nice. I would have to presume that's in the coal location, although...
Yeah, he was going east already, so yeah, it has to be a
yep,
coal.
That is coal. Because it's the only other town reasonably close. You're gonna take a look at what's for sale here. Some magic armor and a large shield.
That's not terrible at all, but I would grab that leather armor if I can.
Yeah, as it turned out, he actually couldn't. He only had, I think, 12 gold, so... Meanwhile, the Vanilla Staff of Rain cave is going to contain the Mountain Cave.
That's a good 5 chests incoming.
Highspirits does have a key, so he could potentially set up, well, a chest grind. We don't know if it'll be a gold grind yet. We haven't actually seen what's in the Tanagel treasury, I don't believe.
Yeah, no one has opened the treasury at all, so there could be a potential gold grind or a potential herb grind.
Or a potential cursed belt grind. Various potential grinds possible here. Most of them not all that useful, but... Highspirits is dead, but he did open enough chests to, he's gonna save here. Okay, he's gonna go buy more keys first.
Might as well check the basement as well.
Yep, I imagine he'll do that, but he's gonna go back and check the treasury here first. Let's see what we have here. A torch. Some gold and an axe coast, which is the cursed pelt, it looks like. He's gonna get his gold grind on here. So would you like to try and explain the what's Highspirits is actually doing here?
I'll try my best. Basically, what you guys see is that Highspirits took a death at Mountain Cave, which he opened a few chests earlier. Then, for some odd reason, it still counts towards the 9 count limit to open chests, which technically will glitch the game out to get how many items you can get out without even making the chest disappear. So basically, he's gold grinding to oblivion to get all the best items right now, which is possibly the flame sword, the magic armor, and of course the silver shield. for that time being until he gets Edric's armor and the sword itself.
Alright, I imagine it looks like he got enough for the magic armor and large shield. And in the basement of the cave, we have what we call the jerk cave. But yeah, so with the treasure chest, what happens is the game doesn't permanently disappear them. It kind of moves them to a different place in memory, just in case you do something dumb, like you get to a key item with a full inventory, and the game asks you, hey, do you really want this item? And if you accidentally say no, the game will be like, okay. So to prevent that from soft-locking the game, instead of permanently removing the chest, what the game does is kind of temporarily moves it off to another portion of memory. And I'm making hand gestures here that you can't see. But the thing is, that memory only has space for 8 chests at a time. And it doesn't reset this basically chest buffer until you go back into the overworld. So Highspirits opened 3 chests in the mountain cave, which is 3. He then died, went back to the throne room, and I guess to prevent you from trying to open the chests in the game, it marks those 3 chests, the initial chests, as basically already having been opened. That's 6. He opened 2 more in the treasury, and then when he opened the 3rd, that 8 chest memory was already full, so the game is just like, well, I'm not going to do anything with this chest, I suppose. And it just let him open that 9th chest over and over and over again, getting tons upon tons of gold in the process.
And I believe Highspirits is going to Vanilla Hawksness.
I have no idea if any of that came through, because I just noticed a bunch of Z's in my Twitch chat, and Z is the key I use for push-to-talk, so...
Yeah, it came through in my end, so you're fine.
Okay, cool. Yes, Highspirits getting 14 power from that level, but Game Boy, you forgot to mention the important part, which was 0 MP! I love it!
And Highspirits just found North Swamp Cave in the Mountain Cave location.
Okay, well that's certainly good. The other location besides the 2 starting castles that will always be in its vanilla location is Swamp Cave South, because that's the only way to get to that southern continent.
Well, incoming Vanilla Hawksness is Highspirits survives. Nope. Gets killed by baby breath from the skeleton.
Brisulph here, he's going to pick up a large shield here from Breckenary.
And AngryLarry is taking all the gold right now. He's going for the 3 best equipment at this rate with the grind.
Yeah, he's going for the max grind here, it looks like.
Did someone get level 6 right now?
Brisulph is at level 6.
So is cdinprov.
Yeah, Larry is, looks like he's going, like I said, for the full grind, getting, he's gonna want all 3 of, if they're available, the Flame Sword, Magic Armor, and Silver Shield. That is the risk to doing a preemptive high gold grind like this, is that there's no guarantee that any or all of those items are actually going to be available in, somewhere in the seed.
And I don't blame AngryLarry to save all of his gold right now. Well, he still can.
Yeah, if he's definitely playing that safe, taking whatever he's gonna pick up the magic armor here. And a large shield. So the magic armor is pretty nice in that one of its properties is, in the absence of any real healing, any healing spells for the moment, the magic armor recovers 1 hit point for every 4 steps that you take. And it's also the second best defensive armor in the game. I believe it also has the damage of hurt and hurt more as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't lessen that much compared to the Edric's armor.
Now, the Erdrick's armor has a bunch of fun properties, which we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it.
Speaking of chests, Highspirits has opened the Ribbledark chest, which is just a herb.
The best thing from that chest, though, is obviously getting a torch. Spending 2 keys worth of gold to pick up an 8 gold item, obviously hashtag worth it.
Meanwhile, I think Briss is heading to Hawk's Nest location.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna try for it. It's away from that demon knight. That was scary. Gonna smack the skeleton here. brisulph learns a new spell. He does have heal now, and Vanilla Hawksness is coal. So we might be seeing that Erdrick's armor here. Let's find out.
Nope.
It's the fairy flute.
Wop wop wah.
And again, not too much available in the shops at Cole that aren't available elsewhere. brisulph does pick up a copper sword to help him hit things a little bit harder.
But would you grind the golems right now if you have that flute on you?
And AngryLarry resets. He wants to keep the rest of his gold there.
Well, speaking of Staff and Rain Cave, North Swamp Cave location is the Staff and Rain Cave.
Yes, indeed. And chat pointing out that golem grinding, or at least gambling on golems with the fairy flute, may be viable. One thing I do want to point out is with speed hacks, you will probably see players just fighting everything, even stuff they would not normally fight. Because just kind of mashing A through battles is quicker than actually trying to, you know, maneuver down and then actually run from them. So presuming they're not using repel, you'll see them even late game just fighting, you know, the starting enemies that they encounter: slimes, ghosts, drakies, etc. Whereas in vanilla randomizer, you'd run from those because the experience isn't really worth it. Meanwhile, here come the fun police. Fun police with baby breath. That's interesting.
And AngryLarry says, nope, I'm resetting and keeping my gold.
Indeed. brisulph now exploring the mountain cave.
Oof, Briss just got wrecked by Demon Knight.
Yeah, that Demon Knight. The Demon Knights seem to be popping up frequently. The combination Demon Knights with sleep especially are rather nasty.
I am so glad this is not our seat MTI.
The our seed was pretty generous, all things considered. Yeah, chat pointing out that the Stoneman and Hawksness may be key here, but that's... With a setup like this, and no sleep spell and no real good weapons, that's... Well, with that setup, there's really nothing you particularly want to see at Hawksness. But, you know, even if you would get, like, Hurt More or something like that, that would help some of the Hawksness enemies. But Stoneman is probably not one of the ones you particularly want to see in that slot, just because they have a lot of HP. They are vulnerable to sleep, which helps, but we don't have sleep at the moment, I'm pretty sure, so that's kind of out. So it means you would have to chip away at them for quite a while.
Well, I didn't see level 7, but I saw some of the spell list. They do have hurt in the access at level 7, so it could wipe a few enemies out, but not too much.
brisulph here going for Rimildar. HP not a problem this seed, by the way. brisulph already at 96, at least max HP at level 7. And he makes it to Rimildar, which is Garenham.
Let's see what's in the back door.
Got an herb, starting gold chest, and a torch. Well, Highspirits has found Vanilla Cantlin, or he's made it to Vanilla Cantlin. Looks like he's kind of getting his grind on there. Another
Briss is in the grave. Well, meanwhile, brisulph is in the grave right now. Let's see what the chest contain. Magic key. Stones of sunlight. And gold.
More gold. Lorgon, brisulph did not check the shop, no.
I wonder if brisulph is going for the last chest that's guarded by a door.
brisulph making it to level 8 now. So Lorgon says that the tomb will have the stones in the harp. I'm not sure that's true. Have we actually seen the vanilla stones of sunlight cave?
No, we have not.
Are. We know
No,
the
we have
stones
not.
are in Garen's grave, but The harp, if we haven't seen it, could conceivably be in Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave, which I believe, by process of elimination, has to be... I believe by process of elimination, that's got to be the very southmost cave on the Rimeldar continent.
Unless it's very deep in the grave right now, because brisulph's about to hit the last chest.
Yeah, it could still be in here. And it is gold.
Sounds like Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave is the only best bet right now.
Alright, I believe that is the last place we have not checked. That we can access at this point, of course.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Don't forget, we haven't not seen the sword either, so the sword could be ending up in Charlock.
Yep, I believe Charlock, in fact, has to hold the sword at this point.
Oh, Fun Police is about to send yep, Fun Police just sends CD back to the throne room.
And there's a silver shield. Unfortunately, Highspirits does not have nearly enough gold for it.
And yep, Silver Shield is the best shield in the whole entire game, unfortunately, but it's so expensive. Unless you gold grind, of course.
And brisulph trying to get to the south. Oh, he gets away. On what was probably his last shot to get away. So. Well, the red dragon's not letting him go yet. Wee-oo, wee-oo. And that is the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave. And that's a key. So could the harp then be... Did we ever see a final mountain cave chest?
No. No one has gone back except for, CD.
That could be where the harp is.
Then the armor must be at Hawksness, or unless it's the coordinates.
Well, the harp can't be the coordinates. That can only be the flute, the armor, or Erdrick's token. There it is.
There we go. There's the silver harp.
We found it. I wasn't sure if we'd explored the last chest in Mountain Cave, but for some reason didn't want to be the one to ask. So.
I was about to ask you the same thing, man. Which means, what's Hawkne's guarding? Is it gonna be the armor, or is it gonna be the legendary token we need? And CD got hers silver heart, so that's pretty good. Meanwhile, Highspirits is dealing with a rogue scorpion, which deals perfectly fine.
Yep, he'll be going through the grave here. Ah, the good old Axe Ghost. The cdinprov.
Oof. Briss just took a death from the blue dragon, even though he did critical him too.
Highspirits reaching level 10 now. And CD.
That's his soft spell.
So you may have noticed cdinprov picked up an Axe Ghost in that bottom right chest. When you execute the grinding glitch here, the game basically picks the wrong point in memory to start grabbing item names from, and you end up with stuff such as Axe Ghost or Plate Drakima. Sword Magidrak is another good one. And if you continue getting, if you basically grind off of an item chest, you will get what displays as bamboo poles over and over, because bamboo pole is actually the very first item in the memory table that stores all the items and weapons and so forth.
It does give me some good monster names for my D&D stuff, so that gives me a full help if you guys like D&D.
Highspirits now gonna make a play for the Stone Man, I guess. He now has sleep. And even with a copper sword, he's doing some pretty good damage here, so yeah, he should be able to take this out. And there we go, and the Hawk's Nest spot is Erdrick's armor. That's gonna help Highspirits out a lot.
That means the coordinates are needed now to get the token.
Yes, indeed.
Is Highspirits trying to grind on the Stoneman?
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to do all of his grind here, but I figure he's thinking, alright, since I'm here already, I might as well run out my magic. And, you know, get a little bit of the grind done. And resume exploring when I get bounced back. 16 agility at level up. Wow. Meanwhile, AngryLarry getting the furry flute.
Oof. Star Wyverns with Dragon Lord breath.
Well, that's no fun. So speaking of Dragon Lord breath, you mentioned earlier that the Erdrick's armor has all sorts of fun other properties, even above and beyond the magic armor. And some of those are, first, it has a little bit more defense power. It has 4 more defense power than the magic armor. It has the hurt resistance. It also reduces breath attacks by 1/3. And that's actually not all. It also restores 1 hit point for every step you take. And finally, you have stop spell immunity to it.
HS is back on Mountain Cave. He's probably gonna kick himself in the pants right now once he gets the flute. Not the flute, the harp.
Lorgon asking in chat if the stones were in the top of Garen's grave, and yes, they were. So to briefly recap, the stones were in the top of Garen's grave, the silver harp was the last chest in the mountain cave, the furry flute was in Cole, the Erdrick's armor was in Hawksness, the fighter's ring was in the starting 3 chests, so the token by default kind of has to be in the overworld, but we don't know where yet.
Has anyone found Caitlin yet?
Highspirits was there. I don't think they ever actually went in, however. Highspirits did just turn in the harp for the Staff of Rain.
Sorry about that. Lost connection there.
Okay, Hawksness was guarded by a blue dragon, which I missed. So help me out here. Did the blue dragon seem to have anything in terms of special abilities?
No, just physical power. That's it.
Okay. There is a spike tile there, Lorgon, with 2 caveats. 1, it does not respawn once you kill it the first time. And 2, there's a quirk in this version of the randomizer where if you kill the Guardian monster anywhere in the overworld, the Guardian goes away. So if he kills a blue dragon elsewhere in the overworld, he will not have to fight the blue dragon to make it to Cantlin. But there is a Guardian tile there, yes. That's the Cantlin spike tile is what is normally moved to the mini-boss just before the Dragon Lord in other versions of the randomizer. Highspirits making it to Cantlin, which is Cantlin. And, oh, merchant checking his social media there. He goes back up. You do have a silver shield for sale in Cantlin. Highspirits going to check out what's in this third and final shop here. We'll pick up a broadsword. Nice little upgrade from the copper sword. And that was one final property of Verdrick's armor that I forgot to mention. We have the coordinates here, 41 south, 17 east.
Where's that at? Like, technically near where, though?
One south. That's a tricky one, I think. I would have to look at a map to know for sure.
Because if I remember correctly, the most south is... Could it be near Catlin? No, it can't be.
Yeah, my first thought was Southern Continent, but I don't think that's quite right. It's, I want to say it's actually on this continent, but it's not particularly close to... Yeah, it's more up in this area that you would normally never go to in the vanilla game. I think Highspirits has kind of got the right idea here. I think he was trying to look for a reference point there quickly.
I think he had to cross over another bridge. Maybe that's why he was looking for another bridge to cross over with.
Yeah, there's no easy way to get to where he wants to go from Cantlin. Yeah, I'm with Link Force here. I think it's, if not in the Desert Maze, it's in that general area. I wonder if Highspirits has a map up here. Might have some of the coordinates on it.
Oh, and I didn't realize that Star Vibrants also have a Dragon Lord Breath.
And there it is.
And I think Highspirits is gonna grind it out for a little bit before he goes straight to Sharlock.
Yeah, well, first things first, he's got to go turn in everything and get the rainbow drop. But yes, I imagine he'll be going back to Loxness to wall up on that Stone Man for a while. Oh yeah, here he goes to turn it in right now. I think he was taking a look at his stats there. I think he's a little bit short on MP.
I believe he's going to Hawksness, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's gonna go grind on that Stone Man. And Link Force making a very good point that he also does not have Heal More, or Hurt More for that matter. But for the Dragon Lord, heal more is the more important of the two. Unless you feel like going hashtag swag overload strats.
Which I like what you did on your seed, man. I was pretty stoked when I saw that.
Oh, thank you. The best part is my attack power was so absurd that even hitting the hurt more second try, my net gain was basically less than 1 round on average. So it was still fun to hit it, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, if you're gonna get eliminated from the tournament, might as well go out with a bang, right?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, my position was locked in, so I was like, well, I might as well just have as much fun as possible with it.
Yeah, it looks like CD and HS are actually just gonna grind the stone until they get either a heal more for sure, then maybe go straight to Sharlock.
Another 6 power, and still no heal more or hurt more.
And I'll say maybe I want to do Fromage at level 14.
AngryLarry running into the fun police there, but gets away. Red dragons with what we call the baby breath or the weaker fire breath, actually not the worst thing to see. On average, that's probably going to do less damage to you than just a red dragon attacking. And that's especially true once you get Erdrick's armor and get that damage reduction there.
Well, there is one thing that could be possible. You could grind on the fun police if you can find them consistently.
AngryLarry about to get his grind on here.
Well, in my terms of this kind of grind, it says welcome to the dwarf mines, where we're just mining for ore right now, since the stone are made of ore anyways.
I'd call stone an ore. Sure, we'll go with that.
It sounds like the sleep spell is like landing 50-50 on HS's side because the stone keeps waking up, or either not even being affected by it.
Yeah, that is the risk of using sleep, is that it's frankly in Dragon Warrior 1, sleep is not that great in your hands and completely overpowered in the enemy's hands. And the main reason for that is, basically when you cast the spell and the enemy wakes up, the enemy gets to attack in the same turn as it wakes up. Whereas when you wake up, you do not get to attack in the same turn that you wake up.
Which I call not fair.
Is very not fair. And the other thing is, some enemies have sleep resistance, as you're seeing with this grind here, where the sleep spell is just occasionally missing the Stone Man. You have 0 sleep resistance. So if an enemy has sleep, you are going to be put to sleep for at least 1 round. And it is extremely irritating.
Oh, you have no idea how much I will be yelling at the sky if I was getting sleep and wrecked by a fun police.
And there's the more spells for Highspirits. I imagine he might be going, especially... I'll give him 142. Yeah, he might be risking it. He might be saying it's time to go here. But more important, of course, was the 0 agility, 0 HP. I love it that he got from that level.
But wait a minute, does he have enough MP to manage Charlotte?
Well, he can always stop at Vanilla Rimmildar, whatever's there. I think it's Garenham. You know, as you would do in the vanilla game, playing a little more casually. Stop at the inn there.
Well, speaking of Sharlock, AK Forge Divins are in the first floor.
Yeah, I guess brisulph is going to get his grind on here on the top floor.
Which is technically not bad, because there is some green dragons that are roaming around here. And of course, they have sleep!
They have sleep!
Be
Speaking of the
fun?
green dragons.
What else can go wrong?
That is the beauty of randomizer. Highspirits checking the stones cave, I guess just looking for the sword. Does not find it.
Meanwhile, I think HS is saying he needs to recover his MP right now.
Yeah, he's gonna pop into Garenham here. And so if these stats are correct, he would have 140 attack power going into the Dragon Lord. Long story short, if he can get there with all of his Healmores, he's got a very good shot. If he has to burn one, it gets dicey. If he's got to burn more than one, I don't like his chances. And again, if those stats are correct, that is some abysmal agility to be trying to dive all the way down Sharlock with.
Well, that is completely borderline in those numbers right now. I've done it before with the first week of the league, and that was borderline crazy. I got lucky on it.
Well, it looks like he likes his chances, so.
I bet you he's got big on grabbing the sword, then possibly get out and probably grind some more at this rate. If he gets Edric
If he's
sword.
he's gonna grind one more level at most. I wonder if he's gonna try to fight. Nope, he runs from the Armored Knight. I was just about to say, I wonder if he's gonna try to fight stuff on the way down and just kind of hold for one more level that really puts him over the top. But... oh, right, up to NG is correct. Yes. So, never mind any of what I said. That ups his odds a lot, actually. It's, for some reason, I thought Highspirits said the Flame Sword. No, he only has the Broadsword, so the Erdrick Sword would give him 20 extra attack power, not 12.
Well, I'm liking Highspirits' chance right now. His run rate is pretty good.
Yes, so I invite you all to queue up that YouTube link I just posted there, and take your guesses as to where you believe the sword is. There are 6 chests arranged in kind of a triangle, and there's also the 7th vanilla chest, which we sometimes call, well, we call it vanilla, or if you opt to participate in the spirit of that link I just posted, we also call that the judge's table. So your choices are bottom left, bottom center, bottom right, middle left, middle right, top, and then vanilla. Or if you would like to play along 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, or the judges table, as in the spirit of the legendary pyramid game show hosted by Dick Clark.
I say middle because why not?
I always bet on vanilla, personally.
Well, we're about to see that because survey says it's about to open up.
We're about to find out. Oh, it's in the 150 chest, or the bottom right. First try for Highspirits there. He's apparently just going to fight this red dragon, because why not?
Plus, he has plenty of hearts you can spare off before you start using his arsenal of spells.
Yeah. And yes, yeah, chat making a good point. That is very high attack power and very low agility. And you do have the HP to just kind of absorb a couple attacks here. And we're seeing... Yep, this is about right. And he finally just gets fed up and just starts attacking it.
So, how many heal wars does Highspirits have right now? Like 8? Or 6? 7, sorry.
He has 9. And he's doing, let's see, that would be 12 to 24, so he's doing 18 damage on average, so... As long as he remembers to hold B. And he does. Oh, Dragon Lord won with the back attack.
Well, Dragon Lord 2, come out!
Yeah, he should be fine here as long as he doesn't miss menu.
Yo, Shadow has brought up a good point. Briz is actually grinding really hard for some reason.
Highspirits finishing off the Dragon Lord with a heal more to spare, I'll point out.
Wanna call it MTI?
They will indeed. And there it is. Highspirits is finished in first place. His official SRL time, 58 minutes, 52 seconds.
GG.
GG indeed. Okay, we'll be getting Highspirits in here for an interview in a moment.
Meanwhile, AngryLarry's, they're not AngryLarry, Riz is just grinding, probably because he doesn't like the agility he has, or something like that? I'm not sure what's going on with his mindset right now.
Let's see, brisulph getting to level 16. Well, there we go. Now it's gotta be time to go. I imagine he's just taking on death here. Yeah, it was 123 magic points. The other possibility was that someone mentioned brisulph could have forgotten he doesn't actually have Erdrick's sword yet, and in fact only has the broadsword. Which, if you're thinking you're only going to get 10 or 12 attack power versus 20, that could change your math a little bit. Although, yeah, it looks like he's going now. Meanwhile, we have Highspirits here in chat. Highspirits, GG, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Highspirits, how you like that beginning though? Kind of rough on the beginning for you.
You know, you'd think you'd be like level, what, 6 and have 90 health and you wouldn't have a problem with the beginning, but that wasn't the case.
Yes, indeed.
I probably caused more of a problem, though, because I didn't buy as many herbs as I should have.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a few times where I'm in my head going, go buy herbs, go buy herbs. Nah, it's Breckenary. It's too far to get herbs. Forget about it. And I just kept going.
And then you just never got herbs. Yeah, I know that feeling. So that Dragon Lord was... You had to burn a heal more on the way down, and then even still, you ended up with a spare heal more just because the attack power was so high. So,
yeah, I knew I had at least one, if not two, to burn on the way down. And when I saw the red dragons, I'm like, my goal was, okay, don't fight the red dragons until you get the sword. And then I did that, and then the one fight I didn't try to fight the dragon, I failed to run like 8 times, and I had to burn the heal more. And I'm like, okay, I'll just freaking kill the dragon. And then I like 2-shot the dragon.
Right.
So
yeah.
it was pretty.
Yeah, the beauty of the randomizer is it's constantly throwing kind of unusual scenarios at you that you have to adapt to. And you occasionally get the very high strength, very low agility, where it's like, yeah, fighting red dragons is my least bad choice, actually.
Yeah, since they probably had 75% fire breath, so that's why they were worth fighting. And 148 attack power helped also.
Yes, absolutely. I was doing the math wrong. For some reason, I thought you had the flame sword as opposed to the...
I never saw the flame sword the entire
broadsword.
seed. The best I saw, it was the broadsword, like, at the very end when I finally made it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because I didn't see a single flame sword at all.
I didn't see one either, I don't think. But I just screwed that up in my head, even though I'm looking right at the tracker, and it says broad. But, So how have you liked the, tell us kind of about the format of the tournament overall. How have you liked the constantly changing seeds?
It's something new every night, so that's what's good about it. It keeps you on your toes, especially, as someone who's played this a lot. The reason why we play randomizers is because it's different. It's not exactly the same thing, so, when you switch it up and then switch it up even more, it's even better.
Does that pretty much lock you in for top 16 for the playoffs?
I should be. I'm undefeated. I've won all 4 of my races so far. So I think even if I come in last and then in next week, I should easily be in the playoff.
Yeah, I'm checking here just to make sure, but I can't imagine a scenario where you're not in the top 16.
Yeah, I have 20 points now, I think.
Yep. Yeah, you're a perfect 20 out of 20. So, but I'll check here just to make sure.
Next week's going to be difficult though, because next week is seeded, so it's going to be the top 4. So it's going to be a challenge next week.
Oh, but there is a potential rematch for me for next week already. Something last year I should have finished off.
Maybe.
Well, speaking of Dragon Lord, brisulph is actually on the battle right now.
Did he forget to pick up the sword from the treasury, or... Because he's hitting for 8 to 16 right now. I think he forgot to go into the treasury to get the sword. I mean, it's not like he really needs it with what he has, but...
I don't know if he picked it up or not, but
yeah,
this is kind of...
And based on the damage he's doing, I don't think he did, which is probably why he was grinding to 16. I think he just flat out forgot he didn't have the sword.
Yeah, if he wasn't skipping the sword, he'd be doing it in the 20s right now.
Yeah. Or alternately, he just looked at the stats and was like, you know what, I don't even need it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing with speed hacks like this, I could see that being a thought that, hey, I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. I'm just going to go right there because the fight's going to go fast anyways. But I think if you're playing normal, you have to go get the sword because the damage output alone is worth the time loss that it would take to go to the treasure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he defeats the Dragon Lord with a heal more left over.
And with just a broadsword along with it. I'll call it. Briss finishes up with a second place time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 26 seconds. GG.
GG.
Hey, GG.
I'd say I call that's kind of swaggy if I'm not mistaken. Without the Erdrick sword at all.
Yeah, not without even so much as, well, we didn't see flame swords in this seed, but yeah, just going with the broadsword strats. I don't know if it's quite as good as Swag Overload Hurt More, just because I could, but I did enjoy watching that nonetheless.
We should be joined by Briz very soon, so meanwhile, our other racers are still... I think they're looking for, what, the tokens right now, if I'm not mistaken? Or what?
Possibly, yeah. I think CD is probably looking for the... Well, no, it looks like they... According to this, they both have the token. I'm not sure if that's...
Larry just died in Charlock.
Yeah, it sounded like he was doing a dive, so...
Speaking of Briz, GG.
Oh, hello?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I forgot about push to talk.
I've been there. So, GG, tell us a little bit about that finish. Did you know you never actually grabbed Erdrick's sword? I have to ask.
I got to the bottom. I had 132, and I thought I have enough magic and hit points. I can get by with the broad.
Okay, fair enough.
It was in the armory or the treasury in the castle, I'm assuming?
It was... You were on the floor where the sword was.
Yeah,
Bottom right corner of the treasure.
Yeah, it was the bottom right chest.
I felt I was behind the whole way due to how many Demon Knights decided that they wanted to be my friend at the start. So I just said I had to go.
Well, I can say this much. That was the most swaggiest thing I've seen on stream in a long while, besides from the infamous Hurtmore from a few days ago.
I do have to say that is pretty great. A broadsword takedown of the Dragon Lord, and I got a 2 out of 3 Hurtmore takedown of the Dragon Lord. I mean, that's fun. Gotta say that's fun.
Yeah, that was cool. And yeah, just checking the standings here, Highspirits, yeah, you were very much locked in the top 16, especially with the last week being position based for the groupings. So just officially confirming that. You kind of already knew, but...
Well, congrats to Highspirits on locking down a top 16 position. You don't even need to show up for week 5.
Well, I mean, I gotta whip these boys into shape, you know? Gotta show them who's still the daddy of Dragon Warrior. Can't just back off like that.
The beatings will continue until morale improves. I can respect that, Highspirit.
I mean, if I want to throw some shade out there to Game Boy, someone who I will be facing next week, I am ahead of you now in the SRL rankings. Just saying, Game.
Oh, shots fired! I love it.
Well, I gotta say, guys, just real quick, there's a gremlin on the couch here. I want to say hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Who's that voice? Come on, Jack, speak up. They won't know it's you.
Oh, Jack never talks anyways.
Oh, hello.
Jack and Miss Wedge!
My name's Jack.
Mr. Wedge, indeed. So brisulph, or is it brisulph? I don't know one way or the other. I always said brisulph, but
Almost everyone says brisulph or brisulph, but it's brisulph. You are correct.
oh, excellent. So I'll ask you the same question I asked Highspirits earlier. How do you like the format of this league with the constantly changing flag sets?
Honestly, my least favorite week is this one. I was stressed the whole time and hated doing the vanilla map. I didn't mind the rest of them at all. I really like the short Sherlock and the keys for the first 2 weeks. Kind of eases you into the horrible things to come.
Right, yeah, I definitely enjoyed the short Sherlock. I enjoyed the chaos too, honestly.
Good news, next week is Chaos Short Sherlock.
Woohoo!
Yes! Revenge is sweet for me then.
I like the sound of that because I blew second place in week 2, so I'm glad we're going chaos for week.
Yes, the rematch. I find chaos works best when you just embrace the absurdity of it all.
Well, I got a return match for that week because I think I'm seeded with Captain Green, so it's pretty much a rematch from last year's Chaos tournament where we both got a draw.
Well, I will say this. I think if Jack, who's racing tomorrow, finishes third, he could end up in the same race as me, and we could have a chaos rematch, because you were gifted a point, my boy. How are the other 2 races doing? Are they done now? I actually don't have the window open right.
Let's see. It looks like AngryLarry is about to make another Sherlock dive here, level 14. And cdinprov is at level 13 doing some Stoneman grinding.
Yeah, I see you went to 16 there, Bree. That definitely could have got in there a little bit earlier.
I thought about it. I just didn't like my magic, and I also didn't like my agility. That first double-digit gain, I thought about going. You probably saw me start to go, and then I decided to go grind one more level because it's fast. I figured, one more, maybe I'll get some good stats. And that magic was just like, ho ho ho.
Yeah, that was kind of what we figured.
The agility is what had me hook up for a second, but once I saw that I had 106 strength, I'm like, if I come across red dragons, I'm just going to pummel them. So I'm just going to go anyways, because I don't have to worry about it if there's red dragons, because they don't do anything, and I'm going to hit them for high 40s.
Yeah, the red dragons with baby breath there were definitely a big help.
Yeah, I even two-shot one of the red dragons. It's like, yeah, we were strong.
Yeah, we had some good strength going. I will say this, regardless of the outcome next week, I'm really happy that I signed up for this league because I've had several good outcomes, and it's been nice to do that. Jack's opening beer.
Oh, you for sure have a chance to make the playoffs next week. What are you at, 12 points?
Yep, he's at 12.
Right now, 11 points it gets in, so you definitely have a chance to get into the playoffs.
And I already know my fate. My fate says, nope, I'm not going to make it to the playoffs.
Well, it's good to know that I'm currently across the threshold, and Jack has 10 points, I believe.
Jack is at 10 with this week's race to still go.
Okay, yeah. I just closed the sheet, so can't be of much help.
Well, that's good. He for in case anyone here is involved in the restream, he'll be streaming off of my channel tomorrow here in out of the capital of Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, good
He
day.
sounds so excited. And he just opened a beer, too. You think he would be even more excited?
He might be a bit down from the other 4 or 5 I think he drank during the race because I kept hearing caps going. Tch, tch, behind me. I'm like, stop it! Save some for me.
No. There's plenty. I only had
200.
Okay, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for the race, and good luck next week, dude.
Thank you very much, and well played. I saw you finish, and I thought, okay, I have a shot at third here. So, glad with the second, and way to go. Like,
I was so worried
going.
that I wasn't gonna win because I died twice in the mountain cave, so I never I didn't get the silver harp until very, very end, and I died almost just outside of the vanilla rainbow drop caves. I'm like, I hope there's not something in here. Like, I kept dying just before I got the chest, so I lost a lot of time just from that. But I think what saved me was that mini grind outside of the Cantlin area. Like, because I was like, okay, I went there at like level 10, I think it was, and I saw it was a blue dragon guarding it. I'm like, there's good enemies here. I'm just going to run around outside and try to gain a couple of quick levels. And I did. I gained 2 levels real fast. So, like, dang, I didn't get any heal more or hurt more. So, I died there too. So.
Two funny things for you. I got killed by 6 demon knights in the first 5 minutes. They would sneak attack, sleep, and kill me. So I felt behind the whole way. And the other one was the blue dragon. When I got there, I had no magic points, so I was damage racing him at level, I think, 8 or 9. And I hit him with a crit on my last shot, but it wasn't enough to kill him.
I did it too. Same thing. I crit him for 44 after, and I must have done like high 80s for damage, and it wasn't enough to kill him.
Hilarious, this game. Such a troll.
It really is. But Highspirits, thanks for joining us, and GG to you. Congrats on keeping the perfect streak
Thanks.
alive. And, good luck to you next week.
Actually, guys, I'll leave you to it yourselves. Thank you very much for having us on. Thanks for the calling the match and running the tracker and all that. It's greatly appreciated. You fine folks make this thing stand up on it.
Anytime. Thank you. And GG to you as well. And good luck next week.
Hey, if I make the top 16, I've exceeded my expectations. My expectations was to hopefully pick up a second or two, and I've done well overall. So good luck to the remaining 2 runners. Good luck to the people tomorrow, except Jack. And everyone have a good...
All right. Have a good night.
I'm sorry, Jack wanted to say something.
Let's go Bruins!
War.
That was worth it.
Very much so.
Ooh, CD just got sent back to the throne room.
Yep. Yeah, CD ran out of resources there. And they are going to head to Breckenary to, I'm going to guess, restock. And maybe they're thinking of making a dive here.
Well, speaking of dives, AngryLarry is going back to Charlock right now, actually.
Yep, he's going to make another go at this.
I can't blame him for that at all, because he's at level 15. He probably has enough power to get through. Once he gets the Edric Sword, of course.
Yeah, this was a very, I would almost argue that Agility MP was not a terrible decision as far as the growth for this seed. Because you naturally had a pretty high strength, and you naturally had pretty awful agility, quite frankly, until that big level 16 level. Or the big level 16 gain. And then again, the HP was naturally very high, and then the MP was kind of middling. Again, until that gigantic 16 level.
Well, AngryLarry is using a build that we've never seen that often here in the randomizer at all, so it could be quite a doozy once he hits Dragon Lord 2.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but with the HP and natural strength where it is, I think they'll be fine if they make it there.
Where is CD at? Because I can't tell where. Oh, never mind. I know where he was. Never mind.
Yeah, they were at Swamp, navigating Swamp Cave. That's the only one I can actually do on my own. The Swamp North, the Swamp South, or the other way around. Anything else, don't ask me to do without at least a torch. It won't end well.
I can't do anything well, Radiant or Torch, to be honest, in the caves because it's hard for me to memorize the layout. Oh, my bad. It was she. God dang it. I'm always screwing this up. Well, AngryLarry just picked up the Sword of Destiny, so... Oh. He has to go all in. There's no way he can back out right now.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, he has the sword. He's going for it.
141 attack power against Dragonlord. I'm saying I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's actually slightly less than that, because this is... Apparently not only is AngryLarry using a agility MP build, but I forgot this was before they kind of standardized the short-term modifiers. So it's actually, the tracker is slightly wrong. They have 138 attack power, it looks like, not 141. Which should still be fine.
Well, Dragonlord 2 fight coming in, and it's wrecking him pretty hard, but he's doing good damage, like, at least from 14 to 17 by the way I'm reading it.
Yeah, getting some good rolls in here on the damage.
Yeah, but that last humor before this one was bad, though.
Two more attacks. And there it is.
I'll call it. Get your GGs up, everyone. AngryLarry just finished the race in an hour and 23 minutes and 27 seconds in third place. GG.
Indeed, GG to AngryLarry. And cdinprov, meanwhile, on the... going down into Charlock here.
Let's see how she'll do on her dive to Charlock. There's no way she's gonna pass up the sword that easily.
Especially as she's currently only wielding a hand axe. 124 is not with 10 maximum heal mores. Probably want a few more in order to attempt that. Actually, only 9 heal mores. Looks like they burned some MP on the way down, or she burned some MP on the way down.
I wonder if she has any herbs with her right now.
I believe so. I did see her restock her herbs, so... And meanwhile, AngryLarry declining the interview. but we will say GG and congrats on the 3rd place finish to AngryLarry. And yeah, she's going for the treasury here. We're going to see some of the other chests here. Some wings, some gold, some more gold, some more wings. That's going to be the death necklace, yeah.
I would not put the necklace on.
I wouldn't, yeah, I
this
probably
fight.
would have honestly just dropped the necklace at that point. I would have probably just given it up.
I just wonder. I just hope she doesn't gamble on the necklace. I really hope.
Yeah, because that's going to put her at either 94 or 95 HP, which with the large shield, yeah. And you could, I suppose, but there's really no need to, even with only 9 heal mores when you've got almost 150 attack power.
Yeah, but if she had like the silver shield, I would kind of risk it, but I wouldn't either way because her HP is just less than ideal to put the necklace on.
No, I wouldn't either. The HP just isn't there, you're right. So you want, I believe it's 130 or 131 HP to be able to safely, quote-unquote, put on the death necklace. And even then, you might actually want a little bit more, depending on your defense power. Because the minimum you tend to want is 97. The idea being that you'll be able to survive to max damage fire breaths from the Dragon Lord too, but that doesn't take into account, that presumes that you have the Silver Shield and some pretty okay defense power, where 48 is going to be the absolute max the Dragon Lord can do to you. Whereas, if your defense power is low enough, the very upper end of the Dragon Lord's physical attack can sometimes do more than 48. You can get hit for like 48 and then 49 and die, for instance, if you're at 97.
Well, CD did not put the deck necklace on. She is on good pace right now with these damage rolls.
There's a 24.
That's on the high end, right?
Making it look easy.
Well, get your GGs out, everyone. She is about to cross the finish line. You want to call the last one, MTI?
I will call this one, yep. And CD has finished in 4th place. And her official SRL time, 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 26 seconds. So GG to CD Improv.
GG indeed to her. A very rough beginning seed, I might add, MTI. A very rough beginning.
Yeah, that was one of the rougher beginnings I've seen with this flags. But GG to all our runners for getting through that. Alright, and CD will be joining us here for an interview shortly.
Which leads up to one more race for tomorrow, right?
I believe we have one later tonight at 10 p.m. as well. 10 p.m. Eastern time, so about an hour and a half from now. And then, yes, one tomorrow as well.
The one tomorrow's with Jacquemus, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that something else?
We have CD Improv in chat. GG to you. Congrats on finishing. That was a difficult beginning seed. Or difficult seed beginning, I should say.
Yeah, it really, it was entertaining. I kept running into everything that kept killing me. And then I got lost about 8 times, so, you know, that's just what I did. It's okay. It was a lot of fun. I just wanted to pop in. I've been up since 4:45 this morning, so I just wanted to pop in and say good game to everybody else. And thank you guys for restreaming, and Captain Green, who's got his own race tonight. Good luck, have fun, by the way. For volunteering to, restream for us, and you for announcing and all that good stuff.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you for stopping in. And yes, if you've been up since 4:45, then yes, definitely go get some rest.
Well, somebody's got to make the donuts.
You just have to make me hungry, and it's like breakfast time where I am.
But that's my job. My job is to make the world fat. I mean, it's awesome. I get paid to make cookies and pies and cakes and all that good stuff. So, but anyway, I'm going to go relax with something silly. Thank you guys and have a good night.
All right. Thank you. And good night to you as well. And GG.
Thanks.
Should we wrap this up, MTI, then?
Okay, so if you cannot get enough Dragon Warrior Randomizer, coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern in about an hour and a half over at Randomania 2, we have another Dragon Warrior Randomizer race tonight. That one featuring Centroid 41, Melee Wizard, Ryu Seishin, I think that's how you pronounce that, and Captain Green, who was our restreamer for this race. So definitely go check that out. Then we have another race tomorrow at some time I don't actually know.
The only racer I know who's in for tomorrow is Jacobus Wedge, so that race should be the last race for the week 4, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there we go. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for that race to come up, so...
There you go. I was just going to try to pull it up myself, but you beat me to it.
CyberDark posted up, so no worries. Mind if I get the closing, MTI?
No, go right ahead. I'll just very briefly say GG to all our runners, and thank you to Captain Green, CyberDark, Link Force, for all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and thank you for co-commentating with me.
I'll thank Randomania for hosting for today's race. Thanks to my partner MTI for being on commentary with me. Thanks to our tracker CyberDark and Link Force, our restreamer Captain Green. This is Captain 619 saying good fight, good night, and see you on your next Dragon Warrior Randomizer race. May your moves be swift and be cautious and critical. Thank you very much. Good night.